We could probably get going.
Let's do it.
Should I just stand this up to them now?
Off, yep. Good evening. Welcome to this Town Council work session on February 27th, 2025. We don't have anybody that's coming in electronically, so let's have a roll call of the members.
Do we do the flag?
Yeah, but that's after the roll call.
Okay.
I'm finally getting Christine's stuff sorted out here, so stop that. Larry Tuning. Here. Alana Courtney.
Here.
Bill Goldsmith is here. Mary Hanson.
Here.
Robbie Wilson.
Here.
All right, let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Having the quorum, we'll move forward. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Do I have a motion to accept the agenda as presented?
I make a motion. Go ahead.
All right, we have a motion, a second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion?
We're all stunned because March
All right,
was not
all in
here.
favor, say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Any opposed? All right. First is public comment. Are you signed up? You ready to go?
I've got to get back up.
You just got to him.
Stay. It's harder at the end of the day. when I-
Oh, yeah.
Actually, okay, do this properly. Christy Anzavino, 350 Howard Street. Because it's so early in the agenda, you may address these two things. I just would like to have an update on the manhole covers that I talked about in public speak. And I see we're doing a lot on the pool tonight. I'd like to put another plug in for a slide for the kids. So, that's it.
Okay,
Mr. Mayor, would you like for me to respond?
sure.
On the VDOT, on the manhole cover, I took it over to VDOT, and they said, yeah, it's actually Hampton Road Sanitation District responsibility,
Right.
and they have acknowledged that
Oh.
they have to, that it's their responsibility, but there's been no acknowledgement that they were going to get anything done. So,
Yeah, that's.
my
yeah.
next phone call will be to the Hampton Road Sanitation District.
Okay.
And then, as you probably know, I've been out a lot. Also, and that was the pool, relative to the sliding board. I had an appointment, Tuesday with, Paddock Pools to discuss,
Oh,
you know,
good.
everything, but I had to cancel it.
Okay, but it'll be rescheduled, right?
It'll be rescheduled.
Good. Yeah, he's got good stuff for that.
Okay. So that was the response. We're updated. Let's start out with pool rules.
Evening, Mr. Mayor, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So later this evening, you will go into closed session to just look at some contractual documents regarding a couple of offers on the pool. But getting ready for the 2025 pool season, the Finance Committee, and I certainly will defer to the Finance Committee for input, we looked at the new pool rules, and the biggest change, the only change, is in bullet point number 2, the hours. We have started proposing starting later in the afternoon at 1 o'clock and going to 6 on Tuesday through Thursday, and then a 1 o'clock start going to 8 o'clock on Friday through Saturday and Sunday. Closed Monday, except the Memorial Day and Labor Day holiday. Tuesday through Friday when now, here's the other thing, it's also going to be closed Tuesday through Friday when the public school is in session. That'll save us the biggest chunk of money that we have, because last year, with the pool being new and the excitement being up, everybody wanted to kick it off. We didn't want to have it open for 3 days and close it, so we kept it open. We should have basically closed it down, which is what we're proposing here, after the initial opening weekend. And then when the school system closes, then it will be open on that higher schedule, okay? And then so those fines from hours, listing the hours, Mondays is the same, Tuesdays is different. So those two lines are the only lines where we really changed anything. The other thing about the pool may be closed at discretion of on-site management due to weather, staffing, other issues. And of course, when we do the swim team schedule and we get that in place, that's going to require an earlier schedule so they can set up an earlier closing so they can set up the lanes and do that kind of thing. So that's that document.
But with the swim team, if I might add, the swim team practices Monday through Thursday, and so they start practicing at 6 o'clock, and so the schedule sort of dovetails for their swim season, which doesn't take up the whole summer, but it does explain part of the reason why you close Monday through Thursday.
I
Well, Monday you're
remember-
not open at all, but,
If I remember, they were having difficulty in July getting those meets in because of the heat.
right.
So somewhere around mid-July, their season's over. So you still have mid-July on through
Right.
August.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
When does the public school close for the summer?
I don't know the exact date, but
Early June.
yeah, I've been told it's like.
Early June?
Yeah, it's like we might be closed a week and a half.
Okay, good.
Maybe 2 weeks at most. If you don't mind, I want to go on to the fee schedule. The fee schedule is pretty much unchanged. We did take off, there was a reference there, and after looking at it, nobody could explain, well, what does it mean? That if you're a swim team member, you get $25 or $50, and nobody couldn't, so we just kind of took that out. But we added down this other membership options, and we thought this might be a way to increase, pool memberships. Is that maybe somebody doesn't live in town, but they work in town? And if they work in town, they can, with documentation that they work in town, they can get an in-town membership, whether it be a family membership or an individual membership. The other thing, and this has kind of already happened last year, is putting together some commercial packages. We're talking with Bay Aging right now, kind of depends on what you all do tonight. But we've been talking with Bay Aging, but last year with Irby Marina, they bought a packet of passes so that their people could come to the pool and use the pool, So we would make that available to different commercial entities. So if, and the door would be open. The idea is to get more people paying, towards the pool and making use of the pool.
Can I add the closing date of school?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, it's June 24th.
June
this year.
24th. Wow.
I thought it was
That's
late.
late.
Pretty late.
That is late.
That's
Yeah.
not much time.
That will certainly save you some money.
So there's gonna be another weekend, maybe we should, between the Memorial Day weekend, there's gonna be 1 or 2 weekends in there, maybe we could, it's gonna change the price a little bit
Right.
because we'll have to be there, but we could be open those Friday, or Saturday and Sunday on those weekends as well.
Well, you would be open on those weekends. It's the
Anyway.
weekdays.
Okay, oh, it's the weekdays,
Tuesday,
okay.
Wednesday,
Yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
June 24th doesn't sound right.
That's what it says
Doesn't
on the
me.
school
I knew it
calendar.
was gonna be
I'm
late.
looking at Middlesex County Public Schools 2025, and it says that they're closed for Juneteenth on the 19th, and that June 24, last day of school and graduation. I know that's late. Yeah.
Are you sure, not to be rude, but are you sure you're in Middlesex, Virginia? Because there's a couple Middlesex.
Yeah, there are a couple Middlesexes, so let's double check. I was. No, I'm not.
Good call.
Good call, Michelle. I skipped another one because it wasn't right, and then I thought this one was right, because we don't have magnet schools.
It's probably Middlesex, Connecticut, where they don't, they don't get the water till July.
They usually have graduation the first week in June.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Let me double check here. School calendar. Public schools. Nope. It's still Connecticut. I have Virginia. Here we go.
It's New Jersey, too.
Yes. That's looking bad.
Yeah, it is.
Well, it appears that the graduation is May 31st.
Are you looking at that was a Christian school?
We'll find out. We'll give a
Yeah.
call.
Although
over.
it could also be
Yeah.
that.
We'll get it.
Okay. I just thought it would be easy,
That
and it
sounds
wasn't.
closer.
Never is.
But eliminating that week or those couple weeks where school is still in, eliminating those the weekday weeks would save you some money. In fact, that's where one proposal has its biggest savings.
And then in the finance committee, we discussed the fact that we've got people in town, and maybe if we offered them in-town rates and they're working, that they would go to the pool on the way to something different before a shift or after they got off, and you'd give them access to it. The question was raised about, well, what happens if they work there for 3 weeks and then we quit? You know, we've given them an in-town rate, and my response was, I don't care, because they bought a membership, and we've got their money. If they don't work in town anymore, they'll probably not use the pool, and so we still ended up with the money.
So we understand it would be non-refundable.
So,
The last one that we've got, and this was another idea to try to generate some use and some revenue on the pool, was this pool rental rates. And we've got two different schedules. One is for private, one is for nonprofits. In both cases, users must dispose of their own trash, users must follow all pool rules. But you can see it's really based on trying to cover the cost of the lifeguards that would have to be provided with a little bit of extra for just use of the facility. Paper towels, toilet paper, water, that kind of thing. It's based on 2 hours, and then anything over 2 hours kicks up the price another $100. In the case of private, in the case of nonprofit, it kicks it up $80.
which pretty much covers the cost of the guards.
Well, I was figuring up the other night, it's generally costing $1,000 a day to have the pool open.
Yeah,
$1,000 a
but
day.
it's a little less, but it's close.
And
Yeah.
that's going up if it's cut down 2 weeks before the.
But you're not having to pay for the lifeguards. If you're not open, you don't have to cover those lifeguards. Yeah.
Yeah. So it'll probably be about the same.
Right.
It's the 30th.
It's the 30th.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, so
So it's Memorial Weekend or the week
That-
before?
It's after Memorial Day because it said that they're closed for Memorial Day.
Right, but if you look at
oh
their
yeah, Memorial Day is
graduation-
probably the weekend of the 25th or something. isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh,
Yeah.
So you're really only saving 3 days.
yeah, right.
They went back to school earlier. They used to go back Labor Day weekend.
Right.
But now they're starting a week earlier.
But now, if they do that again next year, you'll see the bigger gap on the fall schedule. If they go back mid-August, then it'll be those days in mid-August that you're not,
On the-
you
on the
wouldn't
back
be
end
open.
of the
Yeah,
season.
you get on the back end.
Back end of the season.
That falls into the next fiscal year, but kind of looking at the pool operation from day one to last day. And I'd be happy to take any questions y'all have.
I've got a question about things that, having been a lifeguard for years, how is horseplay and offensive language, or how are horseplay and offensive language defined? Or do we even care how they're defined?
When you hear it, you know it.
Yes.
Or when you see it, you know
You
it.
see it, you
Yeah.
know it, that's right.
There's,
It's an old definition of what
I don't, I
constitutes.
got, as far as the reports that
not.
came to me, there was only, if you can call it horseplay or, but there were a couple of kids that were diving, practicing for the swim team, but the rules say you can't dive.
Unless it's
a
for a
sanctioned
sanctioned
event.
event.
Yeah, and their practicing was, on their own, was not a sanctioned event. I don't know if that involved any horseplay or not. but
Yeah,
that
I
was a-
would not normally think of practicing as horseplay, but, and I just don't want anybody to get wrapped around the axle on what could be something that could be defined, or someone could be given the authority to decide whether something is horseplay or offensive language. Because you know how parents are, and they get wrapped up around things that our little darlings do and don't do.
Right.
And
Well,
I don't know if it's worth looking at or not.
yeah, I don't know if we can do the, the 7 things you can't say,
Oh, yeah,
sign.
right.
I don't think we can do that.
No, I don't think so.
But I think it's going to be kind of
I think you have
somewhat
to leave that to the discretion of
Discretion
of the guards.
of the guards, or if they get a complaint, if somebody says, hey,
Okay.
that kid's saying this repeatedly,
Yeah.
can you say something to them?
Yeah.
And be responsive that way.
Well, when they throw the picnic tables in the pool, that's horse.
Yeah, I agree.
And they're screaming the F
That
word.
happened a couple times.
I bet.
Or the horses
I
in the
bet.
pool.
Okay. All right, if y'all are comfortable with that.
It's pretty ambiguous, but.
Well, I think it needs to be.
I will tell you that that's very much the same set of rules you had before in terms of no horseplay, no abusive language. And it's a standard set of rules.
Okay.
If you go to any pool, you're going to see those rules in there. No abusive language, no cursing, something. They might say no cursing or something like that, but the intent is still the same. It's
Things that I
pretty
remember
standard.
is like taking a towel, they would take a towel and
Yeah.
hit each other on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I consider that.
Snapping
horseplay.
people.
Yeah.
I do too.
Because somebody slips and fall, trying to get away from the towel.
Yeah.
And let's see, is there any, we probably need a voice vote on accepting those, correct?
Well, it says,
We're
I
looking
move
for it.
to approve the 2025.
There you go.
Oh, that's the pool fee structure. Pool rule structure. Let's go to that.
So, yeah, let's have a,
I
there
move
we
to
go.
approve the 2025 pool rules as presented.
do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any discussion? All right. All in favor, say aye.
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 I,
Any opposed? All right, now we'll do the fee structure. Do I have a motion to accept the fee structure?
I move to approve the 2025 pool fee structure as presented.
Do we have a second on that?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion on that? Is everybody, the fees are competitive with Deltaville, unless they raise their, shouldn't be including, but there's nobody here. Do you know whether Deltaville increased the prices?
I haven't heard that.
Okay, all right. So, I haven't either, but that was the baseline structure. It's early enough in the existence that we left the charter memberships on there. If somebody wants to buy one, great. If we'll leave it there for a while. Year 25, we'll pull them, I guess. So, no further discussion. Do I have a voice vote of all in favor? Aye.
I,
Any opposed? All right, moving on that. Railroads. And let's see, fee structure, we're good. So, any announcements? Robbie, you got anything?
Pool rental rates. Is a
Wait, we did,
separate-
we got to do the pool rental rates too, yes.
Well,
all right.
I don't know, do we? Is that part of the fee structure? There's not a separate motion for it.
Yeah, I would think that's part of the fee structure.
Okay. Okay, just wanted to
All
make
right.
sure we
Yeah,
didn't
no,
skip
that's
it. Okay.
good. Do you have any announcements, Robbie?
I do not. We had our finance meeting on Monday, but
Okay.
updates.
Mary?
No, still working on finishing, this is for personnel, finishing one performance evaluation.
Okay. Alana?
can I say anything? You're
Can
like
I say no?
cringing. Yeah, what, can I ask about the Oyster Festival?
What,
Well, I wondered if anybody had talked to anyone at the foundation about the problem going down Virginia Street with the community row and Anderson blocking off the road.
oh, I don't.
I put a call in to the fire chief, but he's not called me back yet.
I can
And,
answer if you'd like me to. When you brought that forward, it was discussed at the Oyster Festival Board meeting, and they are looking at alternatives and what can be done.
Okay,
So
good.
it is on their radar, but there's no confirmed we are going to do X.
Uh-huh, okay.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right, Larry?
I attended the finance committee meeting. You need to know anything else?
No, that's good.
Oh,
All right.
I've got one other announcement, and that is that, in no small way, thanks to Ted, we got an extension on Urbana Main Street doing strategic planning. The event is this weekend. We've got pretty good representation of the civic organizations. We have a facilitator coming in she's fabulous, who's doing it for us for about a third the price that most of the other people that we had tried to get to do it would have done it. And so anyway, we're excited about that. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. It's now time for a closed meeting. We have a couple of reasons to do that. And you want to read that as a
Okay.
motion?
I move that the town council, or that the Town of Urbana Town Council convene a closed meeting in accordance with section 2.2-3711A29 of the Code of Virginia to discuss the award of a public contract involving the expenditure of public funds, including interviews of bidders or offerers, and discussion of the items or scope of such contract, where discussion in an open session would adversely affect the bargaining position or negotiating strategy of the public body.
And we're also going in for personnel matters, which is 2.2-3711A1 for performance review of town administrator.
Okay?
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Thanks for coming, guys.
Mr. Mayor, if the staff could stay back for the contract.
Okay. Whereas the town council of the town of Urbana has convened a closed meeting on February 27th, 2025 pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Virginia Freedom of Information Act. And whereas section 2.2-3712D of the Code of Virginia requires a certification by the town council of the town of Urbana that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the town council of the town of Urbana hereby certifies that, to the best of each member's knowledge, one, only public business matters lawfully exempted from open meeting requirements under the Freedom of Information Act were heard, discussed, or considered by the town council of the town of Urbana in the closed meeting, to which the certification resolution applies. And two, only such public business matters as were identified in the motion convening the closed meeting were heard, discussed, or considered by the town council of the town of Urbana.
I so certify.
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 Okay.
All right. Now, we need a motion to accept the contract for the allowing Signature Pools to manage the pool for this summer.
I so move.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Any further discussion on that one? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Do we need to make a
The
motion
fee
about the
structure.
snack shack?
You can just indicate that staff has been directed to,
And staff has been directed to offer the swim team the operation of the snack shack for their own profit and motivation and sustenance.
You want a motion?
Not for that, but we
Okay.
do need one for the pool rental fees,
Okay.
I think.
I thought we did those.
Yeah, we did the pool rental fees.
Did we already do the pool rental
Yeah.
fees? Okay.
Yeah.
Did that
Okay.
earlier.
Yep.
Okay.
So I guess I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I so move.
All in
Second.
favor? Aye.
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 Christine, tell us